Well, joining us tonight, former Reagan White House political director, Great America PAC strategist, Fox News contributor, Ed Rollins, and senior advisor and pollster to the Trump campaign, Kellyanne Conway. Well, good to have you both with us. These are big holes in the polling, yet you maintain there is a secret source of votes that are not being polled for Donald Trump.
Well, you know, Lou, I've been all over this country, and Ed certainly has been. I can't find a single hidden Hillary voter anywhere. They're all way out of the closet and excited to say they're for Hillary, Bill's wife, Obama's successor, first woman, all of that. There are many people who will vote for Donald Trump who are not admitting it right now to pollsters. Why? Number one, there's a social desirability factor in saying to your college-educated peers that you're not voting for Donald Trump, and even if you will, because you want Washington shaken up like it's never been. You want a real change. You don't want Hillary Clinton. As Donald Trump said today, she's yesterday's news and old policies. And number two, there are many people who are just tired of fighting with friends and family and colleagues about their preference for Donald Trump. They don't want every day of their life to feel like the Thanksgiving table with the in-laws.
I was at a table like that yesterday.
There you go. In-laws or no?
But Ed, again, Donald Trump talking about Hillary short-circuiting. We're going to be talking about that later. Reporting on what have been a number of disturbing incidences where she does appear to be short-circuiting.
I'm not a medical doctor. I've had a lot of head injuries, so I do know a lot of the symptoms. And I think it's serious, but I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue right now is Donald Trump is back on the offensive. He had a very good speech today, sort of a traditional Republican. Here's our viewpoint of how we get taxes lower, how we get business taxes lower, how we get the economy going forth, how we basically get regulation off the backs of business so we can create jobs. He now has a great contrast with her. It's a substantive speech. This speech should have been made 3 days after the convention, and he wouldn't have gone for the last couple of weeks. I think, and Kelly's one of the great pollsters, and I would hire in any campaign I was ever in. I think we can cut this gap in 3 or 4 points.
I agree.
And I think that's what we come down to. We now have money in the campaign. We now can spend some money on television, which they have to do. You can't just do it on free television anymore. We've got to get into those states like Pennsylvania and what have you that's starting to slip away and reinforce those voters of what he's about. He's about lower taxes, getting people back to work, and making America great again. She can't do that.
And Donald Trump, does he have to get to those coal miners in person? Does he have to start going into an inner city? He is right now down in the polls. Does he have to make a better connection with people in person?
That would be great, and particularly because anecdotes really help people to see the illustration of your larger macroeconomic points. So today he did talk a little bit about how Detroit was once the best example of American manufacturing. We made stuff there, and now it's really part and parcel of the Obama-Hillary type of economic plan. But I agree with you. And I think Mike Pence, the governor, will be very helpful here, too, because as governor of Indiana, he can basically take Hillary Clinton's promise to put the coal industry out of work that she said in West Virginia and travel it directly westward through all those states like Ohio, certainly Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, Indiana, and talk about it's not just coal miners, but it's steel workers. It's really just laborers, and it's folks that she doesn't connect with. But I agree with you. Anecdotes are important. They're important in television ads, as Ed says. You can't just all have facts.
No, I wasn't really speaking of an anecdote.
But also for him to
personally getting into
yes.
to go. He talked about putting states in play. To go to those states, be there.
I'm a great advocate. I would park Trump One or whatever they call it, the big airplane and the helicopter. I'd get out there in a bus. I'd go do some retail politics like you normally do when you do, and get down with people. Sit in a small diner with 4 or 5 of these miners and talk to them. Let them talk about their problems and let him relate to them. He's a big personality. People admire him, and he just needs to have some of those sessions one-on-one.
Noise today that John Kasich was about ready, almost ready perhaps, to endorse Donald Trump. Any sign of it in the campaign?
Well, we certainly welcome that, and I did see that Governor Kasich made a comment to the effect today, Lou, that Donald Trump can do very well with those people in Ohio who are suffering the most under the Obama economy. That would be a lot of people in Ohio. That would be good. I think that it'd be great to have the governor of Ohio's support as we battle in that very important state. But at the same time, Donald Trump takes his case directly to the people. And so all this talk by the media elite about who endorsed and who didn't endorse, did anybody notice or much care that Jimmy Carter and Al Gore weren't at the Democratic National Convention? Where was the breaking news about that? Where is the breaking news of all the Republicans who want to vote for Hillary Clinton?
breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, it's just silly.
I'm going back to Jimmy Carter and Al Gore, and I've got a
it's not breaking news.
That comes out to 16
But we're supposed to care that this form or that form or this one's not at the Republican convention.
I don't want to take up time arguing about it, but the fact is, it is news. It is on the headlines of our papers and our websites and television broadcasts. I want to conclude with this. George P. Bush leading the Bush family toward sensible grace as a loser in a campaign. He's calling for unity as his elders are behaving like petulant children.
I don't know whether he leads the rest of the family, and I don't think it matters. He's the next generation. He's a young, talented guy. He's got elected in Texas. He may be a future governor of Texas someday. So I welcome him into the mix, and I think we need young people, and I think he's a great addition.
You don't think he's leading them?
I don't think he's leading.
You don't think he's going to influence?
Not only it matters. I think at this point in time...
Well, come on, it matters because I asked.
Free thinkers, independent thinkers in the Bush.
I give him credit. I really do, because that had to be a very unpopular Bush thing to do.
Well, if he doesn't get invited to Thanksgiving dinner, we'll know what happened.
And both Bush vice presidents have endorsed Donald Trump, Dick Cheney and Dan Quayle.
Right. Terrific.
Yes, it's good stuff.
You got it. As always, Kellyanne Conway, thanks for being with us. Ed Rollins,
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.